y'all, my name is Cletus McDermott, and I support my sponsorships, Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Hostess Donuts. They're great for the kids, and they taste great. Viewer discretion is advised. All the stunts performed in this video are all held on a closed course with medical personnel on standby at all times. Howdy y'all, my name's Cletus McDermott, and I eat, breathe, sleep America and drifting.
Real quick, before we even start.
Well, you might be asking yourself, what is drifting? Drifting is the action-packed, adrenaline-pumping vehicle maneuver where you throw the backside of the car sideways so fast you're pushing back to the back of the seat and you're just holding on for dear life. It's amazing. It's great. You'll love it. I love it. I know you will too. Canada Dry. You'll love it. Hostess. They're knee slapping good. Safety first, brother. We're going to be doing some drifts. Now, I had our scientist team, Now, we had the scientists on our drift team come up with a little diagram right here on the whiteboard to help you nerds understand what is going on when, in fact, drifting. Now, there are 3 different types of forces exerted on the vehicle when performing a drift. The acceleration force, the velocity vector, and the actual force. They are all color-coded for your ease of access and knowledge menticles. Now, we have the acceleration force, which is always going to be pointed in the direction of the vehicle itself. That is where all 6 cylinders and all horses in the horsepower of that vehicle come into play. They're all going to be spinning those tires, always going to be facing the direction of the vehicle. Now, when you get a little complicated and scientifical with it, you come up and you start turning your car sideways. That's when all the mumbo jumbo starts to happen and you start holding on for dear life. That's when velocity vector comes into play. That is the direction that the car will be traveling if for some reason your engine starts to stop. It's just going to keep going that same direction. But the thing that stops it from going that direction is the acceleration force. As you can see, the acceleration force is pushing the car that way, when in reality the car is going towards the velocity vector. Let's take a break and thank our sponsors. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. The best a man can get. Man, that's good. Now, if we get to the peak of the drift, right here. Okay, pause it. Now, continuing with the actions of a drift, we're going to focus in on the peak of the drift right here. I took all of the forces and what's going on and put it right down here. We have the X and the Y parallel, describing what is actually going on. The blue arrow is the acceleration force produced from the vehicle itself. That is the direction that the vehicle is facing, and all the force is pushing down from the rear. And then you also have the velocity vector of where the car is sliding. That's why you get that action. Stop. Now this all plays into the actual force, the actual direction that the car is turning. That's why when you have this, you're not just going sideways off the racetrack. The The acceleration force is what's pushing it back in, and the actual force is the direction that the car is actually traveling. You're always going to have all three forces at all times, and this is how we get the drift. Now let's go outside and show you what we've been learning.
From somewhere in the back, soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his head, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking at fierce, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear my freedom start ringing a bell. America.